Hello, and welcome back to another Friday episode of Hooky Hour, where we are sitting quietly and peacefully in a room that's rather colorful from the looks of it. There's nice shades of pink, blue, green. See some yellow in there. It's very nice. Very nice contrast from the darkness of the mansion. In fact, even my face is just a little brighter from from how bright this scene is. But yes, hopefully, things will start looking up for the maid Gazelle. So let's get right into it. Only after losing something do you realize how much you need it. Warm milk, the light shining through the window, and a bed that smelled like springtime. With those three things, my heart slowly began to defrost. And I started to regain the willpower to stand on my own 2 feet. See, it's just... man. I don't know. I guess whoever might have written this at least studied, I guess, depressive cues. Or maybe even experienced it themselves. But I gotta say, Gazelle's actions and just words and thoughts, yeah, they're cutting my heart into pieces. Well, that might be a cruel pun considering considering the circumstances, but the point I'm trying to get to is that just like the feeling of not wanting to get out of bed, I have certainly felt that way more way more than I should, than any body probably should. That feeling of shutting down, thinking death is a better alternative. It's very tough. It's very heavy. I wouldn't wish my worst enemy to go through something like that. But anyways, enough rambling. I'm just trying to express how much I can appreciate. Well, I don't know if appreciate's the right word, but just the character writing has been very captivating on a relatable level. I mean, obviously, I have not been through what Gazelle's been through, but just like I said, there's some days where the just the overall mindset is yeah, it's prevalent on the mind, those depressive thoughts. So anyways, enough rambling, we gotta get going. Thank you for everything. Are you sure you're in any shape to be on your feet? Yes, I'm fine. I'm not hurt. You look pretty beat up to me, but you look a lot better now. You're talking a lot more clearly than before. You've been very generous despite having never met me before, and for that you have my deepest gratitude. Without your help, I would no longer be in this world. I don't deserve your thanks. You are alive now because God's guidance made it so. God. I came across you early this morning as I was heading into the forest to hunt. Imagine my surprise seeing a young lady like you on the ground in my path. What were you doing in the forest? Ah, you don't have to tell me if you'd rather not. Everyone's got their own share of personal problems. You're not going to demand I talk? I have no reason to force you to do anything. You look like you had been to hell and back. Well, I could tell just looking at you. Now, then, do you have somewhere you can go? Somewhere to go? Of course I don't. I can't go back to the capital or the mansion. If not, then why don't you stay here? Here? Sure, it's a small village. We're self-sufficient and we all help each other out. No tax-hungry lords know we built the place up either, so we keep everything we make. We're pretty remote as a result, and the harvest isn't fantastic, but I'm sure you'll find it comfortable here. The rest of the villagers would be glad to have you. What do you say? This sounds like heaven on earth. Sorry, Mom. What I'm about to do might make the rest of the family's lives more difficult. But I don't want to have to feel any more pain. If I really wouldn't be inconveniencing you, at least compared to the other two situations she's been in. If it's really okay, then yes, I would like to stay here. That's great to hear. I was loath to send you back out there in your current condition. I haven't introduced myself yet, have I? The name's Amadi, just one lowly villager of many. I'm Gazelle. Gazelle, that's a beautiful name. If I'm not mistaken, there should be a vacant house. Clean it up and you can call it home. I couldn't possibly ask for that. I doubt others would like it if I just took a house for myself. That shouldn't be an issue. I'm the village's representative, more or less. Representative? Like the chief? Only a name, though. As I mentioned, we're not on any lord's maps, so I don't have much representing to do. The only reason I ended up in charge is because I'm a bit more educated than anyone else. It was a long time ago, but I understudied with a priest. Because of that, I'm familiar with the Bible's teachings. So rather than a chief, the people of the village look at me more like a priest. Oh, you know what? I wonder if this is the inspiration for where, Nell or Mel, either, I don't remember which one is which. Because, in the very first story, Nell/Mel was an understudy of a priest, so I wonder if that is the inspiration. Wouldn't be much fun if the church found out about that, haha. Or, people of the village look at me like a priest, alright, yes. They're liable to think I'm acting unordained. Then you believe in God? That's quite the question. Of course God exists. He's always watching over us. That's why you survived, because he protected you. I understand that your faith can waver when you're going through times of tribulation, but those are the times when it's most important to keep sight of who you are. Right. Now, you go get some rest. Tomorrow, I'll show you around the village. Thank you. I truly mean it. I really, sincerely appreciate everything. Don't mention it, Gazelle. This is your village now, too, so you don't need to act like a stranger anymore. Okay. Alright. So he's Amadi. He seems like a nice man. Maybe here, I can live in peace. It'll be alright, I'm sure. Yeah. I wasn't silly enough to believe my life would be perfect, but I had found a tiny fragment of my lost hope. While I had once been ready to give up on absolutely everything, I was starting to feel like I might be able to smile again, eventually. Like I might be able to get back on my feet. And in order to do that, I had to cast aside my past once more. Forget everything that had happened at the Bollinger estate, and everything that had happened at the mansion. Forget about Mikkel. There was one curiosity, though, that I couldn't shake. Something he had said before I left. Also, I only skipped that word because I don't want to accidentally... Well, I don't know. It's just... I'm being superstitious, okay? Don't make any assumptions. Also, YouTube tends to... I don't know. Like, I don't know. I just don't want to get, like, tracked down by the YouTube police for thinking I said another word. My very existence threatens to tear down that house. The cursed youngest son of the Bollinger family. Michael, who made a pact with the devil. The devil, who is supposed to be dead but is very much alive. Does beg the question, why does he still seem to be alive if he said he's supposed to be dead? What sort of pact with the devil did he make? What did he mean by that? Why would people think he was dead? No, I don't care about Michael one bit. Forget it. Forget everything. And there I was, staring at the picture. The house was, as it had always been, wrapped in a thick silence. Gazelle's shadow, which had been lurking in the halls for about a month, was nowhere to be found. She hadn't come back since running off that day. My secret was still safe. Her efforts had, in the end, all been for naught. Back to the way things were. But despite my mind telling me that it was for the best, I felt a kind of guilt seething in the back of my chest. And any attempts to figure out why only made me feel worse. But the look on her face then, that one of absolute sheer terror. Please hear me out. I didn't know anything about you. I wasn't sniffing around or trying to bring you harm in any way. Was that really her just putting on an act because I revealed her scheming? She was screaming, though, and she looked genuinely terrified when she knocked my hand away. I'm not falling for anything. I feel like I know that frenzied panic. Something doesn't add up. Be quiet. Silence, please. My head was pounding beyond belief. I couldn't stand anything. This world, the creature I was, the witches whispering. The archangel looking down upon me seemed to be cackling from somewhere far out of reach. So, for whatever it was worth, to escape from his gaze. Did you take a stroll? I once again drew the drapes over the stained glass window. Whoa, it's someone new. Hey, where you from? Where are you from? You gonna be here long? Are you? We hardly ever get visitors here, so they're downright awestruck by you. You'll be getting a lot of attention for a while, but please don't let it get to you. No, that's just fine. I'll do my best to get along with everyone. Haha, you've got a spark in you that wasn't there yesterday. Anything in particular that cheered you up? Perhaps me? In particular, once I decided I was going to stay here, I just sort of started feeling better about things. I figured I couldn't stay gloomy forever. I see, glad to hear it. It's all thanks to you, Amity. Keep thanking me like that, my cheeks might get stuck red. In any event, I said I'd show you around yesterday, so how about we do that? Lead the way! That said, we're a modest little village of about 100. Everyone knows everyone. For that size, it looks pretty big to me. Amity taking the lead, we walked through the village, passing by crop fields and milk cows, presumably shared among the villagers. Houses were scattered across an area that seemed far too large for only 100 people. Actually, getting a better look at them, the buildings were dilapidated, looking more like ruins than residences. Once upon a time, this was a city rather than a village. When your ancestors lived here? Oh no, we were drifters fortunate enough to come across some decent-looking land, so we stuck around. How do you know what it was like before then? There are a few stone tablets left behind, and based on what we were able to extract from their texts, this area used to be a large city with a booming economy rivaling that of the capital. There weren't hundreds, but thousands of people bustling about. Merchants from afar came in droves. It was much like how the capital is now. Actually, this area was more open to foreigners. People of all different races, speaking as many different languages. It was evidently quite the sight and sound. I had no idea there was a city here. That's what happens when a place is wiped from history. I couldn't tell you how reliable the tablets are. But if you take them at their word, this city lost everything in just a single week. What? People, crops, livestock, all dead. Maybe it was a natural disaster, a famine, a plague. I can't say for sure. This is what the tablet said, though, and we will discover what the tablet said next time on Hooky Hour. So be sure to not miss it. Until then, see ya. Bye.